So let's have a little chat about e-bike battery safety. Hot topic at the moment, no pun intended. We at REV Bikes have been investing heavily over many years in getting you the safest e-bike batteries that we can. So we thought it should be a little appropriate to show you what exactly is involved in that, how our batteries are among the safest that you can buy. So having a look at one of our aftermarket batteries, this is a pack that would be bolted on to be part of a conversion kit. So firstly, looking at the outside of the case, we can see that this locks into position and it's designed to go on a mounting bracket that's affixed to the bike. So first thing, it's not held on by sticky tape and rubber bands, not even cable ties, it's actually locked into position so it can't come off easily. So this is the first safety feature. On the other side of the pack, we have a switch which allows us to turn the battery off when we don't want it to be used. So we can turn it on and off, and we have in here a charge port. So most of our new packs have moved towards a 3-pin charge port, meaning that somebody can't accidentally short by putting in something silly like their key into the charging socket. So these old 2.1mm charge sockets are no longer considered the best safety feature. Our new ones have the 3-pin sockets. So a few safety features on the outside, in addition to the battery gauge we have here, which shows us roughly how charged the battery is when we press the button. So you don't have to connect the battery to the bike to understand how full it is or when it's nearly ready to be taken off charge. If we have a look inside the pack, I've undone some bolts in order to get inside the pack here. We have a heat shrink wrapped safe pack that's insulated from the case. This is a plastic case anyway, so there's no risk of shorting between the cells and the case in this case, but it's all being held well together. We have a fuse on the output. So this end is the end that's going to the bike, the battery putting out power to the bike. So there's a large fuse on this end. So should something go wrong with the bike, a short circuit, it's going to blow this physical fuse to protect not just the battery cells, but the first thing it protects is the battery management system, the BMS. So that's a circuit board in here that is protecting the battery from overcurrent and undercurrent, and it needs protecting. If you don't have a mechanical fuse that protects this BMS from a short circuit, then it's got a fuse on its own board, but if that one blows, you need to replace that board, and that's a much bigger job. Much easier to have a 20-cent fuse in there. When we're talking about BMSs, so battery management systems, we have lots of different qualities in this regard. So we have many that don't have a heat sink, for example, that doesn't allow any buildup of heat to dissipate. So that can be a safety risk if they do go into a high temperature situation that can affect the cells. There's also some of the boards that don't balance the different cell groups inside the battery pack. So our BMS boards are always balancing, and they protect your pack from any discrepancies in the voltage between the different batteries, cells or cell groups. Cell quality is important. It's not as high on the list of priorities as many people think, but we always use LG cells, which are superior to generic cells, and any reputable brand will be much higher quality than a no-name brand. But more importantly than the brand is whether the cells have actually been grouped according to their internal resistance before they were built into the pack. So it's very important that the factory making the pack understand the resistance of each cell and that they're grouped in a compatible range so that we don't end up with cells going out of balance as a group. The BMS board can only deal with so much tolerance, and if it goes too far out of balance, it won't be able to keep it back in. So importantly, our pack's made with LG cells that are pre-grouped based on their internal resistance matching. We have a couple of other safety features, being a fuse on the charge socket as well. As I said before, if something accidentally happens through the charger, we don't want a short circuit to run and damage the BMS board. You can see on our packs quite thick wiring and very well protected. So this is important. We're getting a lot of batteries now we're seeing with very thin wiring, not much insulation on the outside of the wiring, particularly on the part that's running to the motor controller, so not necessarily internally but externally. So our ones have quite heavy duty wiring and cabling. So REV Bikes batteries do come with 2-year warranties. You do want to make sure you buy from a seller who can uphold your warranty if you need to call on it. We back our batteries because we have 16 years experience in this game, and we have seen our batteries last beyond 10 years. Customers do experience some degradation as time goes on, of course, with all lithium batteries, but please watch our next video on how to get the most out of your lithium-ion battery. We hope to be able to extend the life as much as possible, so you don't need to buy a new one as soon. Little tips available on that front, but yeah, please let us know if you have any questions about battery safety. It's always been a very strong focus of ours, and we hope you would like to help us build the revolution in sustainability. Thank you for watching.